Before we dive into this month's video, I just want to thank everyone for your outpouring of support on my community tab. For those of you who aren't aware, our beloved cat Benny actually had a medical emergency right after I finished moving and doing a lot of painting. And we've really just been taking things one day at a time. I have also been so grateful to be so busy with so many amazing clients. And I appreciate all of your patience and understanding with these videos coming out a little bit later than usual. For those of you who feel so called to work together, you can find links in the description of this video for personal readings, distance Reiki sessions, as well as donations, because let's be real, those vet bills are pretty high and any support is greatly appreciated there. You can also just support this channel by hitting like, subscribe, and the bell notification. It means more than you could possibly know, and that way you are always up to date with what's in the cards for you. Hey Libra, this is Michael with your June 2023 reading. I do hope that this finds you well. I'm focusing more on the tarot and my intuition this month, focusing a little bit less on the astrology just because this is coming out a bit later. I'm just trusting in the timing of these readings and trusting that they find you as they are meant to. I was really connecting with the energy and I pulled a couple of animal cards for you. We're going to pull some tarot cards in a moment. But the first two animal cards I pulled was the Phoenix and then the Vulture. So really interesting contrast between these two energies, especially visually, just looking at them. With the Phoenix, there is this sense of rebirth and transformation. The Phoenix actually corresponds to the root chakra in this animal spirit deck. And so there is something about grounding, there's something about change, and it's like there is this recognition of what has been going on for too long that can no longer continue. And I really feel this with the Vulture as well. You know, you're taking assessment of things in your life, you're taking assessment of relationships, of habits, and really also your beliefs as well. That's going to be a huge theme for you this month, particularly in Gemini season, until we switch into Cancer season. But it feels like there's just a lot that you are reassessing. And the thing is, even what you're discarding, you are still extracting something useful from it. That's very much what Vulture teaches us, because vultures are scavengers. They're able to take dead matter and find life within that. And there is this kind of purification, this balance. I really feel like purification is actually a huge theme for you this month, Libra. I am going to shuffle the deck here and just see what comes out for you. What are the messages for Libra? What are the messages for Libra? Ooh. So the first two cards coming out from the past, the Four of Pentacles and the Three of Swords. I actually did pull these cards in reverse. But when I saw these cards, it was like holding on to pain. Holding on to something that is meant to be let go of. And, you know, it really just feels so in line with these cards that I was talking about. I feel like you are shedding some things this month. You are finally digesting things. You're finally processing things. And this feels very organic. It doesn't feel forced. It feels like something is changing in your life. You're letting go of something. Maybe there's also been this kind of instability or struggle with feeling secure. That feels like that's also kind of a temporary thing that is starting to shift as well. But yeah, the past energy, it feels like my Libras have been in a bit of a challenging energy for a while. And I'm sorry to see this, but I'm actually kind of glad to see it in the past position, because it does feel like you are moving away from this energy, especially in the month of June. What did we gain from this? We gained a new perspective with the Hanged Man. I really do feel like part of this too, with the Hanged One, there is this recognition that you were holding on to something. You know, you were waiting for something to change. You were waiting maybe for someone to change. You were kind of focusing your power, focusing externally, you know, external locus of control, where you're waiting for the circumstances around you to change because you don't want to make a shift in yourself. You don't want to release something or someone. But it feels like you're recognizing you can't do that anymore. And that's part of this perspective shift. And again, the Hanged Man makes so much sense for this month. This is actually Pisces energy. And we have both Neptune and Saturn going retrograde in the sign of Pisces this month. For you, this is really focused on habits, on health and wellness. And it feels like your overall, with the Phoenix and Vulture, I really could see this focus on health as well. Kind of getting a handle on health, taking better care of yourself, maybe making changes to your diet or exercising more. Whatever it is that you need to do to be healthier at this time. The Four of Cups. It's interesting because sometimes when this card comes up, it's like the universe is trying to hand you something, or there is an opportunity that you are either not recognizing or you're not accepting. But I actually see this as you finally seeing you need to do something different. And there's a beautiful strength that comes with this, with the Strength card. There's a lot of composure. There's a lot of empowerment. I actually feel like with this Four of Cups, there could be a person or maybe a group of people who are finally offering something to you that you wanted now that you don't want it anymore. And I mean, isn't that just kind of the joke of it all sometimes? When you let something go, that's when it finally comes, but it feels disingenuous, and you know this. It feels like there could be offers that are made to you this month that you know aren't real or authentic. And you're really exerting your willpower. You're really composed. And interesting to see this Leo energy, because we do have your ruling planet Venus now in the sign of Leo, and it's actually going to be there for several months. Venus is actually going to be retrograding in Leo later this summer, and there's going to be a lot of focus on belonging and friendship and honestly platonic love is interesting. Maybe these energies are regarding friends or people you have kept close. Tell me more about strength. The World. Strength is about being open. It's about being able to step out of your comfort zone and not try to control or change outcomes that aren't meant for you to influence, particularly with other people, with relationships. Don't try to change people. That's one way I'm getting this. And also not dreading things, not letting your mind run away on you. I feel like there's a lot of really deep trauma healing that is happening, things that you've held on, maybe even held in your body. And the Queen of Cups in the future is really, really beautiful because it feels like there is this healing, this clarity. Your intuition is becoming stronger, and you're learning the difference between your intuition and fear. You're really finding discernment and also intuition from desire. It's not so much a high. It's more of a full body, grounded kind of feeling. And I mean, your intuition, you've had to learn a lot of discernment, Libra. And I feel like this isn't the most fun tarot message, but it really is like you're taking responsibility for yourself. You're taking responsibility for your emotions. You're not waiting for someone to fulfill your needs. They either will want to do that or they won't. Or you'll be in situations that really aren't looking out for you or aren't aligned for you. And I think that's part of this shedding, that's part of this release. It might be the truth that you are digesting. But it's very powerful. I definitely get death, rebirth this month. And it really feels like you're taking your power back. What do we have? I'm just going to pull for love, and we'll also pull for finances, career, just to see what comes through. Yeah, for love, Five of Swords, you're walking away from relationships, whether these are romantic or platonic or family. I feel like there are relationships where it's like, there's no winning. You know, there's kind of a losing battle with someone or with a group of people. And you're not hurting yourself to try and fit with somebody else. Because I'm looking at this worm, I'm looking at this severing, this cutting off parts of yourself. Or ignoring parts of yourself. And there is a regeneration here. Actually, looking at this card, I'm getting this message that some of you are walking away from someone you believed was a twin flame or a soulmate of some kind, you know, cut from the same cloth. This could also be a sibling. Could be Gemini energy with the Knight of Swords here. It feels like someone always had to prove a point or always had to be right. Maybe both people did. I kind of do get that power struggle feeling with this. But being right didn't make you feel connected. Didn't help the connection. And that's very Five of Swords. It's like someone picking a fight when you're not supposed to be fighting. And it's always a battle. It's always a struggle. And that's the thing you're walking away from. And maybe you're exploring other options. Maybe you're just getting different perspectives. Because I really feel like, Libra, you tried for so long to make a relationship work or make something that really mattered to your heart work. And to be honest, it just doesn't feel like it was meant for you. And I think you're recognizing that. What is going on for finances? What is going on for career for Libra this month? Page of Swords, okay. Some messages, a lot of communication is happening. This actually makes sense. We had a full moon in Sagittarius, which rules over your third house of communication. There could be a lot of talking. Again, there's a lot of ideas because Gemini represents your ninth house of higher education, of philosophy, spirituality, anything that could really be connected to perspective or knowledge or wisdom. Also, travel as well. It feels like you're learning a lot this month. Especially when it comes to finances and when it comes to your career. Some of you might actually be studying something or learning new theories or concepts. There's this kind of student energy or studious energy that comes with the Page of Swords. There could be some travel with the Eight of Wands or some exciting news or information. Things could be happening very quickly for you. Or you're working very quickly. We do have the Five of Pentacles. It does feel like some of you have been in a place where money has been challenging or you've needed to ask for help. But I do feel like overall there is this energy of improvement. Why is the Five of Pentacles here? Son of Cups. Yeah, something is healing. Something is on the mend. You're finding stability. And I think part of that was also connected to your emotional well-being too, because everything, I realize that these readings can be overwhelming for people sometimes because it's like when there's one area of your life that's out of balance, it often affects every area of your life. And so you could hear this reading and be like, my relationships are out of whack, my finances are out of whack, everything just feels wrong. But it's because of your emotional state. And there's something that you are healing right now. And I think part of this is also opening up opportunities and new avenues for income or new strategies. And it does feel like there's something healing that is happening here. Something is improving. Again, Pisces energy, this time with the Son of Cups or Knight of Cups. I do feel like Saturn going retrograde and Neptune going retrograde in Pisces, there may be a reality check when it comes to your habits, when it comes to work, but actually I feel like that clarity is very helpful and it's very productive overall. I don't feel that this is you down in the dumps, and even though some of this energy might feel heavy, the way I'm reading this, Libra, it's not like, oh, everything's wrong. It's like you've been in this state where things have been really heavy for the group I'm connecting with. And now you're in this place where you're kind of reclaiming your sovereignty. You're reclaiming control, your own composure, your own reactions to things. And that's opening up a whole world for you. And interesting to see the Queen of Cups with the World, kind of thinking about career for a moment, because your 10th house is ruled by Cancer. The Queen of Cups represents Cancer energy. And it feels like end of June, end of July, that could be a really expansive time or a period of progression or advancement for career. That is something that is in the horizon, especially if you do something that is emotional or intuitive or creative. That could be this area of growth, but it feels like, honestly, when I look at the Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles and the Son of Cups, I think of starving artist energy. I think of a creative who is struggling, or maybe even like a wounded healer, and you've been going through a healing process. You've been going through a healing cycle. But I feel like this is all in transition. This is all in movement. And things could actually change very quickly by kind of adjusting your mindset here. Honestly, I feel pretty good about this reading and where you are headed, Libra. I will pull a color healing card for you all. Maybe there is something here that can be helpful to you. I'll actually read straight from the book, but as I always say, trust your intuition. Take this technique or kind of offering. It's just a suggestion. There's many different ways that you can incorporate colors and frequencies. But what is the healing color? What is the healing frequency for Libra in the month of June? Especially those of you who might still be in kind of the more painful part of this healing. What is the healing frequency for Libra? Show us clearly, please. Whoa! Okay, that's way too many. Okay. Sorry, these cards are very large and difficult to shuffle. Interesting. So we have bronze, strengthen your body. Again, some of you are really focused on health and wellness, and maybe realizing how your mental health and physical health are very connected. Whoops. Wow. And we also have black. Find richness from the dark night. Yeah, we're not messing around. And just like this bronze resiliency, and then the black, kind of this dark night of the soul, it reminds me a lot of the phoenix and the vulture. And interesting to kind of see them in similar positions together on the table. But let's read these. Let's see what we have for you. Let's see how we can work with these colors. And I'm also just feeling like facing the darkness head on it's not as scary as you're afraid it is. Bronze inspires strength, wisdom, and love, helping you get promotions, bringing wealth into your life, and attracting the right people into your business. Bronze also aids in successful negotiations, teaching people to trust their instincts. Use bronze to break destructive emotional patterns, release irrational fears, anxieties, and flush out toxic thoughts and feelings out of the body. Allow the bronze ray to bring strength and vitality back to your body. Focus on any part of your body that needs to be strengthened, and place your hands on this part of your body. Breathe into it and visualize a bronze thread coiling around that part of your body, stitching it together and strengthening it. Say, Divine Spirit, surround me with the bronze ray of light which will heal, strengthen, and rejuvenate my body. Thank you. Then imagine a bronze ray of light bathing the system of your body that relates to the part of the body you are working on until it looks clear, clean, and vibrant. Picture that part of your body being strong and healthy. And it's interesting that this talks about emotions, even though the message is strengthen your body, because it really does feel like that body-mind connection, and that's so important for everybody, but especially for Libras, because Libras are all about duality. You know, everything is connected. You can't have one energy without the other. It's that scale that you represent. So part of this healing is like also healing trauma stored in the body. And I literally saw that with the Four of Pentacles and Three of Swords. So bronze could really be a beautiful way of kind of rebuilding your system, both emotionally and physically. And let us look at the black card here. Find richness from the dark night. Black is a color of protection, strength, and retreat, a gateway to new experiences and a test of new strength and resolve. Many people experience the dark night of the soul in order to gain wisdom and emerge for the better on the other side. Black dissolves the old so you can welcome the new. Receive divine wisdom and the gifts that have been buried deep inside you with the help of the black ray. At some point in life, everybody experiences the dark night of the soul. Give yourself permission to connect to the black ray so it can guide you to the gifts which lie in shadow. Visualize yourself in darkness and ask for divine wisdom to show you what you need to learn from the shadow. Receive its gifts to strengthen your faith. Say, Divine Spirit, infuse me with the strength, wisdom, and courage to connect and learn from the shadow part of myself. And I was talking about how when you really face these shadowy parts or this dark part or the parts that you're afraid of, they don't have power over you anymore. And black is a color many energy healers or practitioners will wear because it can deflect energy or it absorbs energy. And so this is a very protective color. And I really see this this dark, this vulture, but then rising from the ashes with the phoenix. So there is something beautiful here. There is a spark. There is a flame. There is something still smoldering in this ending, in this darkness, in this shadow. And it's about nurturing that fire. And you'll be surprised just how quickly it spreads and grows again. Anyways, Libra, those are all the messages I have for you this month. I do hope that this was helpful. Definitely let me know in the comments down below, where this was connecting, what you were connecting with in this reading. I'd love to hear from all of you. You can also find links for personal readings and distance Reiki sessions in the description of this video. It is on my website. I won't ever DM you to solicit services. Anyone who does that is just impersonating, so please block them, or better yet, please report them. And I hope you all have a beautiful June. It seems like there's a lot of intense stuff, but I actually think you're ending off on a really, really beautiful and open note. So sending you lots of beautiful energy, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, Libra.